How many times a day have you heard that we are in a housing bubble right now in 2021? Like 10 times a day, every day on the news? Yeah, me too. So when they bring up this housing bubble, they're saying, oh, there's going to be a crash. Well, are we in a housing bubble? Yeah, but pump the brakes, people. Just slow down. This is no 2008, and I'm going to explain why. Let's get started. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Jackie Baker with Coldwell Banker Realty. I talk about all things real estate and all things about Bergen County, New Jersey. And if that's something that you want to learn more about, then you've come to the right place. And I highly recommend that you subscribe and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're notified every time I post a video, which happens to be every Wednesday at noon. And also, if you like today's content, do me a big favor and hit that like button. So I am back again talking about everybody's favorite topic, the current real estate market. And you're probably so sick of hearing about it, but I'm seeing on the news all the time, we're in a housing bubble, or it's gonna pop, we're gonna, it's gonna crash. Now you may recall, I did a video about that up here a while back, about a couple of them actually, about the 2021 market and also about when home prices will drop. So now let's talk about the housing bubble. Okay, let's get into this. So people are fearing that we are in the same situation that we were in back in 2008. I got news for you. We're not, and here's why. So by definition, yeah, we are in a housing bubble. Prices have sharply increased, but they've increased because of supply and demand. We're seeing an incredibly low inventory in the market, and this is around the entire country, not just here in New Jersey. So therefore, when you have such a huge demand, that's driving the prices up. So that's a natural economic increase, okay? Like I said, based on supply and demand. Back in 2008 and prior to that, when that housing boom happened, that whole inflation of prices, that was because everybody and their dog could get a mortgage. And a lot of people with really low credit were getting approved for mortgages. So guess what? They buy the house, and a year or two later, they can't afford it. So then they went into foreclosure. Another thing that happened was a lot of people back then were using their homes as an ATM. They were refinancing, cashing out on the refinance and spending it on whatever. They wanted to do renovations, put an addition, put a pool in. Some people went out and bought cars, they bought boats. And then what happened? The market came crashing down and they had no more equity in the house. Yeah. So what we're seeing here is the natural price increase is based on what's going on in the market with the low inventory. So will these prices come crashing down? No. And I'm gonna get a little bit more into this. So as you know, I've mentioned in prior videos, I follow a valuation group called Auto Valuation Group here in New Jersey, and I just attended their webinar once again to learn about what they're forecasting for here in New Jersey with this housing market. Jeff Otto, who's the owner, he did say, yeah, this is a housing bubble, and it's exactly what I just explained to you, why it is considered a housing bubble. But even with rising interest rates, now everyone's expecting, oh, rates are going up, prices are going to come crashing down. No, they're not. They're not. They may impact it slightly, and I've said this before, but they're not forecasting a price correction until 2023. So we're going to be seeing these higher prices between now and through 2022. I know for those of you who want to buy, it's frustrating, but the good news is yeah, we're still in the strong sellers market, and by 2023, yeah, we're going to see a price correction. Is it going to come crashing down? No, you'll see a little bit of a dip, but from there, I think prices will still slowly rise, not crazy like we're seeing now. But the good news is for buyers who are nervous about these prices now, what I get a lot from buyers is they're afraid if they buy now, they're going to lose value in a couple of years because they're convinced that market's not going to be like this in a couple of years. No, like I said, there's going to be a correction, probably not more than likely not going to be like a major dip in prices. But if you're in this for the long term, if this is your forever home, you're going to be living in it for 20 plus years, you have nothing to worry about, because real estate is cyclical, right? Prices are going to go up, prices are going to come down. By the time you hit your 20 years, you're going to have so much equity in the home at that point, you're not going to be losing anything. So as long as this is your long-term home, you got nothing to worry about. And I know you probably sound like a salesperson, like, yeah, pay these high prices. I'm not saying that, but I'm just trying to reassure you that you're not going to lose your money. You're not going to lose value if you're in this for the long haul. Now, for those of you who are just for the short term, if you're looking to buy, and live there for 5 years or less, that's a little bit more of a risk, not going to lie. So that's something you need to think about. So rest assured, this housing bubble isn't really going to pop, okay? It'll deflate. Let's put it that way. It'll deflate in a couple of years, but it's not going to pop and then come crashing down. So for everyone out there who's a seller or a buyer, I think this is good news. So I hope you take this information and this will help you in making your decision of whether or not you should buy or sell at this present time. Well, now we've talked all about this housing bubble like we always do. I feel like this is like the topic of the year. How about checking out this video here? YouTube thinks you should watch this one next, so I think that's a good idea. Listen to what YouTube's telling you. Watch this one next. Thanks so much for watching today. I so appreciate you being here. I'm Jackie Baker with Coldwell Banker Realty, and I will see you next time.